reference it, you press Shift F0 right up the top right hand corner.
Oh,
Yep, FO, yeah. And that takes you to that screen there.
Yeah.
Now from that screen there, you can actually reference the axes, but you can only reference X1, X2 and Z2. You can't reference that spindle there. So if, for example, you type in Z2, so down the bottom left there, press Z,
Sorry,
2. Now when you press input, it'll reference this. Let's talk that back, yeah?
Yeah.
If you type in X2 and press input, that'll bring your X back. See
So
what I
the
mean?
X and Y, Z becomes
Now,
0.
if you put X1, what it's going to do is move the tool platen to sort of central position. So if you now type in X1, that's going to reference, yeah, that's just reference that, that's just jump that back to its 0 position. You don't need to reference it when you switch it on because it's got absolute encoders, so it always knows where it is. So you don't actually need to reference. The only reason why you might want to do it is because certain functions won't work if it's not at reference. For example, if you wanted to select one of these tools in the sub spindle, it won't let you do it if that's not at 0. So that has to be at reference for you to select one of them tools. Now if you want to look at that same screen, you press Shift F0 to get to that screen. That same screen is also
F0.
Yeah, that's that screen. Now if you look up there, you'll see tool select. So from there you can also select tools. So if you look up the platen there, you've got tools 1 to 6.
Yeah.
So if you were to select tool number 1, so if you press in a 1, now don't press input, because if you press input, you can put the 1, type the 1. When you press input, it moves. So it's not like input and then you press a cycle start or anything. So it's a little bit, you know, So now so now if you press the green key, the input key, it moves up and selects tool 1. Yeah.
Right.
So if you now type in anything from 1 to 6, so type in number 6 now, and number 6 will move it down. Right down to tool number 6. Yeah. If you now type in, for example, tool 13, now these tools now on this side are 10, 11, 12, 13 is what we're not using 10, which is the top one.
Yeah.
If you type in 11,
I typed in 13.
yeah, go on then. And that's took that to the end mill.
Yeah.
Okay, the end mill is 13. The drill is 12, so if you type in 12 and press input, you'll get 12. If you type in 11, you'll get my spot drill. Yeah, but the main thing to remember is once you press the input calc key, it moves. So it's like a cycle start.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how you select those tools.
Now, is that a date?
Now on the sub spindle, you need this to be at 0 before you can select anything there, which we've just done. So we should now be able to select, for example, tool number 31. So if you type in 31, and what that's done now that knows where the center line is now for that tool. So you don't have to tell it where center is, it knows. It now knows it's working around that tool. And that's the only tool we're actually using. If you type in tool 30, input, you'll get the top one.
Tool.
Yeah. If you type in, you got 30, 31, type in 32, and you're not actually using these, but you will see. That's that side tool there. 33 is the next one, so type in 33. You didn't type 33. Well done. Yeah.
And that's the drill.
Yeah. And if you can also select these other 3 down the bottom. If you I think one of them's 36.
37.
Yeah. Yeah. And they then line up with the center line of the tool to use them.